This is TrueGrit.
Good morning everybody, this is the Archery series and this is video number 9. Very quick video on how to do proper serving, to install pip sights, D-loops and every other accessory that needs to be tied up with serving. Let me make this as clear as possible. This is the right way to serve, to install accessories, so short servings that keep things in place on your strings. This is not string serving, which we're gonna see later on, including the serving tools and how to reserve a string if the serving it comes with gets damaged. The shopping list first, as usual. We only need some serving material, BCY size 400 if possible. It's the optimal size. We're just gonna do overhand notes front and back, and it's as easy as that. Take a long enough piece of serving. You don't want to end up with having not enough serving for the job that you are doing and then having to undo all the serving and redo it from the beginning. Start with an overhand note towards yourself. Don't tie it up too much. Position the serving where you want your serving to start, and then tie up firmly the first note. And from there, proceed with an overhand note on the back and an overhand note in the front, as many times as you need for the serving to be long enough. Of course, you can proceed upwards from the first note and downwards. We're proceeding upwards, but it doesn't change. The procedure is the same if you want to go downwards. If you want to have a smooth, consistent serving, if you start overhand right in front, for example, always do that in front, and then on the back reverse it overhand left, or vice versa, start in front overhand left and keep always overhand left in front, and on the back always overhand right. Always tie up very firmly and strongly every note, and every 4 or 5 notes compact them down, pushing them into each other. You're going to end up with a very smooth, very good looking, and most important, very strong serving, which is composed of a series of notes, so it's going to be way more resistant than regular rollover serving, because if the serving gets ruined or cut, it won't come right away all out as the rollover serving does. It stays in place, and if you're hunting or if you're shooting a session, you won't need to stop to re-tie up your knocking point or your pip sight or your arrow rest release cord, because it'll stay in place for quite a long time, even if it's cut or ruined. You'll see in a moment when we are going to explain how to properly remove serving from your strings, how difficult is this serving to remove, to cut away. There are another probably 5, 6, 10 ways to do serving out there, all fancy ways, dental floss, no dental floss, last 3 over, last 5 over. We're gonna see them all if we have time, but you're not gonna need them, and go check them out if you wanna have some fun and learn some more way to serve. But I'm telling you, when you actually work on a bow and you gotta get the work done, all the professionals I work with, they do serving like this. It's fast, resistant, it's the best way to do it. When you have reached the right amount of serving that you need, double up the last note, tie it up super tight, and then cut off the excess serving material, leaving 2 little barbs of more or less a 1/4 of an inch. Burn out, melt down the 2 little barbs up until they touch the serving, and then squeeze them out so they get glued against the serving. This is the final result. Smooth, uniform, super tough, easy to do and fast to do. Now let's see how to properly remove the serving, which is a kind of a delicate procedure. You don't want to risk pinching, cutting, or anyway ruining your strings. Get a fairly sharp blade and cut from the note, melted note, keeping the blade perfectly parallel to the string so you don't risk pinching it downwards, and start removing the serving. As you can see, while you cut down, the serving doesn't come away altogether. You see that you cut down a couple of twists and the other stays in place, and then you cut down more and the other stays in place. It's a very tough serving to remove, and that's worth a lot if it gets ruined while you're shooting or hunting. Try it out, practice a little bit. We're gonna use it a lot in the next videos. And as usual, please like the video, but most important, support the channel by subscribing. Thank you guys.